Okay, let's...
And it sacks him.
Okay,
and it sacks him.
Go ahead, Dr.
Unfortunately, the government has just about less than a year now to prove itself on this anti-corruption war. That it's unfortunate because it was a case of missed opportunity.
Clearly.
What I think is that when you say people that it's emotional statements, you're working on facts. Every of your conduct sort of and the messages that you put out contradict that. So I would say that to effectively do this thing for the government, what you need to do is to look at those three things. What kind of signal is the president himself sending to the larger populace on the fight against corruption? Moral revolution is necessary. Is he carrying that message well? His actions with players in the polity, you know, as in part of the question that Maokwe asked, is that consistent? Then second, prevention of opportunities for corruption, because we know that where the opportunities for corruption are high, there is high corruption. So prevention of corruption, what are we doing with Central Bank, with NNPC? The subsidy regime, we need to declare exactly what's going on there. We need to look at the
recovered money.
Yeah, transparency in the recovered assets. Then we need to look at even the existing exchange policy. Does it still lend itself to these opportunities for corruption, where there are still parallel markets where people of influence get some exchange and trade in the other market? Right. So prevention of corruption, and then, of course, the sanctions one. Okay. The sanctions one, when it comes to the law courts, where the judiciary is involved, I think citizens will know clearly. But part of what is said is ineffective prosecution.
We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back to Sunrise Elite, our concluding moments. Now, now we have barely 2.5 minutes. Let's start from Dr. Ezekwesili in terms of our closing thoughts on this way forward, perhaps in the context of security. What should we do?
I think the president should make it very clear to Nigerians that he actually considers the life of a citizen more important than a barrel of oil. Right now, he has sent a signal by the way that he has handled the issue of killings and deaths in the country in a rather detached kind of manner, in a way that sort of suggests that we don't know how to tackle these problems. He has to change that. The premium dignity of life is the basis of society's progress. We don't have it. It's broken. And today we have a day of national mourning that's going on across the country because of this. Then the second thing that I want to say, which ties to the general perspective on how things are 3 years after, this presidency really got my attention on the matter of the cost of governance. What has happened? Why is there no move to reduce the cost of governance in our country? For as long as we don't reduce the cost of governance, we are going to find ourselves ratcheting up on debt, and the debt will come calling, and we will have to face that.
Just first on security, it's a big platform for me to please appeal to everybody. There is no religious war going on. There's no ethnic cleansing going on. That is the narrative on the streets. In many parts of the country, and it's being pushed by very prominent people, religious leaders on both sides, and prominent people. There is none. What is going on is pure criminality. So nobody should make us descend into some kind of ethnic or tribal or religious war. The problems we're having have been there, they have been there, and the efforts that are being made now, people should focus on it. The president is not a theatrical person. So in response to what Madawabi said, that he's detached, I want to say here that he's not a theatrical person to go and be crying and weeping and closing his eyes and say, that is when you know he's not detached. No, there are 3 Air Force bases now, 3 rapid response NAF bases now in Taraba, in Nasarawa, in Plateau State
We
now.
need to get Dr. Jonathan.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's important for us to be balanced. As far as I'm concerned, I agree with Barrister Festus Keyamo that there is no religious war going on. There is pure banditry. Now, whether the government has been able to effectively handle this banditry or not, I must say that it has handled it very badly. So I mean, the basic responsibility of government, among others, is the protection of life and property. Once a government fails at that, nothing else matters. So as far as I'm concerned, the government should be up and doing and make sure that the life of every Nigerian everywhere is guaranteed, because that is the responsibility they took as part of their oath of office in the Constitution. Secondly, as far as I'm concerned, this idea of security has become politicized. We are fighting a television war. Generals are being over-promoted, and some of the stuff that are going on in Zamfara, in the northeast, and in the Niger Delta are simply scandalous and atrocious, and we must change the top echelon of the Nigerian armed forces. Otherwise, there is no success and no chances of success.
All right, then we'll be speaking with
and allow younger officers with younger blood to do the job.
All right. Dr. Ezekwesili is the convener, Red Cap Movement, and former vice president of the World Bank Africa region. Mr. Festus Keyamo is a senior advocate of Nigeria and spokesperson for the Buhari 2019 campaign organization, and Dr. Mohammed, a Second Republic politician. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on this morning. That's the show today. We thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another session. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this program are those of the maker and do not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, and endorsement of Channels Television.